Love a good scare? Whether you're into classic slashers, supernatural thrills, or horror comedies, I've got you covered. Today, we're counting down the top 8 best teen horror movies on Netflix right now, February 2025. Get ready for spine-chilling scares, killer mysteries, and a whole lot of fun. Let's dive in. Fear Street Trilogy, 2021. Based on the R.L. Stine book series for an older teenage audience than his hit Goosebumps series, Netflix presents a trilogy of Fear Street movies that span different time periods. Directed and co-written by Lee Janiak, Honeymoon, the story follows a centuries-long curse in the small fictional town of Shadyside. Each of the films pays homage to classics of the horror genre like Scream and Friday the 13th, while telling its own intricately connected story over the course of the 3 movies. Ushering us across the decades are teen stars Kiana Madeira, Olivia Scott Welch, and Benjamin Flores Jr., who are phenomenal leads in this delightful nostalgic thrill ride. Scream Z, 2023. In the latest entry of Wes Craven's meta-slasher franchise, Scream 6 takes the core 4 of the soft reboot, played by Jenna Ortega, Wednesday, Melissa Barrera, Your Monster, Mason Gooding, Love Victor, and Jasmine Savoy Brown, Yellow Jackets, and places them in New York City, introducing a brand new setting for the series. Ortega and Barrera are still the emotional core of this new cast of teens, being stalked by Ghostface as they add new layers to the Carpenter sisters, who are dealing with a social media smear campaign while trying to move on from their near-death experience. Just like the backdrop of Hollywood in the 3rd movie pumped new life into the set pieces, the New York location introduces a whole new arena in which the characters fight for their lives. It's What's Inside, 2024. In high college and college, it's normal to look at the social hierarchies and wonder what it would be like to be someone else for a day. And it's What's Inside takes that idea to a whole new level. Written and directed by Greg Jardin in his feature film directorial debut, the story follows a group of college friends reuniting at a party the night before a wedding, where they use a mysterious brain-switching machine to play a game where they try to guess who has switched to whom. This ensemble, including Brittany O'Grady, The White Lotus, Gavin Leatherwood, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Alicia Debnam Carey, Fear the Walking Dead, is a visually stylish mindbender with deliberate and frankly captivating performances, as the main cast not only have act as their own character, but also as the others as they randomly swap bodies. The Babysitter, 2017, director MEG and writer Brian Duffield, No One Will Save You, team up for a horror comedy that is insanely campy and fun. The Babysitter follows Judah Lewis as a preteen with zero confidence who uncovers a dark secret about his favorite babysitter, played by Scream Queen Samara Weaving, Ready or Not. The film feels both timeless, taking on the tone and tropes of classic B-movie camp, and like a time capsule of the height of mid-2010s influencer culture, featuring talent from online spaces like Vine star Andrew Batchelor, aka Kingbach, and teen media heartthrobs Bella Thorne and Robbie Amell. This is a film where you can tell everyone involved is having the time of their life while making it. I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1997. Another great time capsule in the history of teen slashers, I Know What You Did Last Summer takes the leading faces that graced every piece of teen media and places them in a death-defying struggle against a hook-wielding stalker, jumping genres, as the main 4 stars are Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ryan Philippe, who take on the roles of surprisingly complicated characters in a genre that loves to murder archetypes, as their stalker appears to be a man they hit with a car and cover up his death. In the post-Scream era, where meta-commentary was the name of the game, this film runs against the grain by presenting a straightforward slasher inspired by the classic 80s horror, while using expert casting to ingratiate viewers with these flawed main characters. Vampires vs. the Bronx, 2020. A plucky group of kids taking on a supernatural threat on their own is a staple of the teen horror genre. Think Stranger Things, Attack the Block, or The Lost Boys, and Vampires vs. the Bronx continues the tradition while adding an extra layer of social commentary. Directed and co-written by Oz Rodriguez, Miguel Wants to Fight, the film takes the concept of pale blood-sucking monsters that feed on local populations to sustain themselves and parallels it with the gentrification of neighborhoods traditionally filled with vibrant people of color. Leading this crew of teenage vampire slayers is Jaden Michael, who is phenomenally wholesome as he and his pals use everything they can learn about vampires in film and television to save their Bronx neighborhood from being taken over. Secrets in the Hot Spring, 2018, fresh from Taiwan, Secrets in the Hot Spring is a slapstick horror comedy that finds 3 students traveling to an old hot spring hotel that has a haunted secret. The film, starring Chang Ting-hu, Hong Yan-xiang, and Lin He-xuan, definitely feels more Scooby-Doo than Haunting of Hill House, as these goofballs stumble through a worn-down hotel owned by the lead character's stingy grandparents. Unlike many of the other titles on this list that will have audiences jumping out of their seats with every scare, this one will have your sides hurting and your face weak from laughter as each outlandish sequence knocks you off your feet. The humor and homage to Chinese ghost stories may take a bit to settle into for American audiences, but it's worth it. Remember 2022, based on the manga series Karada Sagashi, Remember smashes together time loops, a twisted treasure hunt, and a terrifying supernatural entity to form a masterpiece of survival horror. The story follows Kana Hashimoto as a high school student who is tasked with finding the body of a dead student by their ghost, which sends her and 5 other students into a deadly race against a monstrous creature that kills them off in every loop until they find all 8 pieces of the girl's body scattered around the school. Through the goriness and dread-filled atmosphere, there are also genuine and heartfelt connections that build between the students that give the film a great balance of tenderness and fear. And that wraps up our list of the best teen horror movies you can stream on Netflix right now. Which one are you watching first, or do you have a favorite that we missed? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a creepy recommendation. Until next time, stay spooky.